Question: has this ever happened to you or someone that you know and love? They run down to the mailbox to get their mail. All of a sudden, you hear a scream. Yikes! That person opened up their credit card bill and had a little bit of sticker shock. Back in a minute. Hi, this is Jan from New York, and I like to help people save money. How's everybody doing today? Hope you're doing well. It has happened inevitably, even has happened to me once a long, long time ago because I failed to post in my mind or write down a charge that took place. This can happen to anyone. We all live busy lives, just saying, just saying. But here's what happens to the person that never keeps track of their budget in the first place. By the way, never live beyond your means. What does that mean? That means that you're living on borrowed money that you don't have and thinking that you can wing it. Negative, not a great idea. Or you think you have more because you didn't read your own budget, didn't study your own stuff. And I think more than likely it's an innocent thing in most cases. But here's where it could get really, really tricky. Some people think they see an object, I'll call it the best shiny penny that they ever wanted to buy at the store, right? They're in love with that shiny penny. Not that they need that shiny penny, not that it really does anything. It is a true want. And they look at the sale price, quote, end of quote. And they figure, well, that thing is only 200 bucks, but their actual numbers at home actually really can't allot for that 200 bucks. Then they figure in their mind's eye, excuse me, please, that they will spend, they'll pay it off in 4 easy payments of $50 a month. Okay. So in their mind's eye, I could do that. That's nothing. What's an extra 50? I'll squeeze it out of my groceries. And that's that. If that's possible and they pay the whole thing off very soon, excellent. I mean, once in a while, just saying this is real life, just keeping it real here. All right. But here's another real thing. That person might be vulnerable enough to go to another store, let's say 2 to 3 days later, and see yet another shiny penny that for some reason they're having a hard time distinguishing a want from a need. And then they rack up yet another $100 on that shiny new penny. And guess what? Well, you know what? No big deal. I'll just add $25 a month payment. Meantime, the reality is that they're really owing like 75 more per month. And that's a lot of months. And we don't like that. Just saying, just saying. Then there comes a time when this really nice person who is a hard worker, really, does a lot of good stuff. And they may work for a type of company that the coworkers kind of sort of pressure you every once in a while to go out to one of those wonderful coworker meals. Some are fun. Some coworkers are so amazing. And let me tell you something, I had a really nice crew back in my day. But the great news is we really didn't do the let's go out to dinner gig that much because we were all aware of what could happen type thing, especially when people say let's split the bill down. And then you get some people that maybe you don't know very well and they're ordering the most expensive thing and you only took enough to that embarrassing situation. And then again, you're living beyond your means because you're paying for other people's meals and you want to save face and you don't want to say no and blah, 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 blah. The pressure is on. Now, some of this pressure, actually, all of this pressure could have been eliminated. Number one, if you get familiar with your actual numbers, a person that sits down and does their budget, it's all it is a spending plan. This is the reason I do not like the term budget, but it's a common phrase. I mean, a common word. But spending plan is favorable because this is what you are permitting yourself to spend because you're working within your means. Anybody could get caught up. So, okay, so let's name this person Sally. Okay. Sally has a few options when the sticker shock bill comes in. Let's say that bill ended up to the tune of between 400 and $500. And by the way, many people think that, well, my credit card bill won't be in for a few weeks. And for some reason, they lost track of time and really about a week later, they see that bill in the mail and uh-oh, the panic sets in. All right. So we have to fix this right away. Idealistically, it's always best to pay off your bill immediately. But real life, the way it is, we have to, remember that sometimes people make mistakes. We're all human. But what we could do is at least try to plug up this mistake by at least paying within 2 months, the whole thing off. If you can't do that, I suggest strongly a couple of tips. One, this way time doesn't lapse too much, okay? One, buy yourself a month, pay as much as you can out of that $400 or $500 bill. Pay as much as you can, make that payment. You're buying yourself a whole month's time. Of course, you're not going to charge anything, but what you could do, should do, and need to do is look around your house, sell some stuff you do not want, you do not need. You're getting the benefit of decluttering. So that's a benefit right then and there. So you're getting the benefit of decluttering and you're earning the money back to pay back everything. Or you could always ask your employer if there's, any possibility that you could, work more hours or whatever. Figure out a way that you can pay this thing back quickly. Because, like I mentioned in a not that long ago video, that it's like the elephant in the room. I call it a hangnail too. I don't like I don't like having to pay things back in baby bites. I don't mind saving in baby bites. That's okay because I do it consistently. But I do not like paying things back in baby bites. This reminds me of something just last night. Just last night, I was like looking at my beautiful new chair. I love it so much. And then I said, let me see if there's a matching sofa that goes with that. And I'm looking at the sofa that could go with that. I said, boy, you would think that, near Memorial Day, there'd be more sales on it. But I was very disappointed in the price and, with inflation and everything. And I said, I looked at the numbers and I said, well, Jan, unless you could pay for that X number of dollars brand new sofa upright, you cannot buy it. Unless, because I will not buy things that I cannot pay for outright immediately. I mean, you can use your credit card as your conveyor to make the payment over the phone or, or the store. But you have to have that allotment in the bank ready to roll out as your, payment back. I could do it, but that is clearly, I says, no, that is just a want. There is a difference between a want and a true need. I mean, I have 4 different spots where people can comfortably sit if anyone visits me in my living room already. So at this moment in time, guess what? I put the fantasy of the brand new sofa that would match the pretty chair on hold or a future goal or something to that effect. It is not a need. Now, what I really quote, end of quote, need to do is because I want to do it as well as need to do it. I want to do it now before the weather gets too hot. That's what I mean by the wanting part, because I'm on a decluttering mission. I go on this kind of mission every year about this time. So what I want to do, and this year I believe I am going to do it. I put it on hold last year, but I rescheduling it in my mind's eye for this year, and hopefully at some point in June, I want to get one of those professional companies to like literally like take away some stuff. This particular company sorts out the stuff and does the donation part for you, which is great. So it's not like I'm going to feel badly about letting some of the stuff go, because some of that stuff is going to be helpful to someone else. You see, when it comes to the wants and this is the biggest part of the problem. And you know what? I always said it's its own show. Let's just at least expound upon the wants versus the needs. Yeah, I looked at that pretty sofa and I had like visions of sugar plums dancing in my head, matching that pretty chair. It was like its twin to it. And then I said, no, no, yeah, it's a want, but it is not a need because there's more than ample places for guests to sit down if they want to visit. And, so I'm not concerned about that. Then I was looking at, ever see those like little kitchen nook dinette set things? They're so cute. the kind that fits in a corner, like where you could do a coffee bar. And like I was having more visions of sugar plums dancing in my head of guests having their little coffee and their little coffee nook. Purely A1. There's nothing wrong with dreaming. There's nothing wrong with setting goals. But right now, for me, Janet, it is way more important for me to get that mission done. Of what? The decluttering mission. That decluttering mission means a lot to me. That is a need. Okay. It is a need. It is important for me every year to declutter. I don't like to let it go too long. Some people like maybe go on the decluttering missions for like forever and ever and ever. I say this once a year to do a very thorough clean out, declutter is really, really good. It's a purge. It's like purging, and you're helping other people because many of the time there's just so many wonderful things that I have that for myself personally, I have no longer a use for. However, someone else, they can use it themselves. And the fact that this company does give it away to like the charitable organizations, I think is a great thing. So that's totally fine with me. Last year I delayed the getting the truck deal. This year I want to get the truck. So that's a need versus a want. Wasn't quite ready for the truck deal last year. I distinguished it, I deciphered that. But this year it is now has grown to a need because the time has gone by and certain things. I just want to make a decision. So here's the whole thing in essence, not to go on a rant or to ramble or whatever. If we start from scratch and we really and truly do two things, live within our means, okay, and distinguish. And this is really one of the most key things in life when it comes to spending versus not spending. Do you really want something or do you really need something? You have to learn the difference between a want and need. Now, that person that ended up owing that money and got the sticker shock at the mailbox person, they really said to themselves, boy, did I goof up. Do I really? How many times did you buy things and you get buyer's remorse? There's an immediate lesson learned there. All right. Well, anyway, just thought I'd go over a few things of that nature because just to serve as reminders. Okay. There you go. I hope everybody's doing well and wishing everybody a wonderful day. I'll be back in a minute with a wave. Have an amazing, fantastic day. And by the way, if you got any value at all from this video, please click on the like button. Don't forget to share. I really do appreciate it. And if you didn't subscribe yet, please consider subscribing. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.